Hello everyone, I'm your neighbour's cat, bringing you the longest video I am probably ever going to upload. It's episode 1 of my FIFA 13 career mode series, and I'm going to be doing it with Newcastle. I asked on my Twitter last night, and someone said Newcastle, and I thought that might as well just be a good idea. I'm going to be playing on professional. It's not the hardest difficulty ever, but it's hard enough for me. I do find it quite difficult because I'm not like the world's best FIFA player, but anyway, this is just going to be going all the way up until the first game of the season, just before it. And what they want us to do is reach the final of the Domestic Cup and get a Europa League spot, which I assume is 5th place. So this episode is like 10 or 12 minutes long, so I am going to have to do a lot of talking and fill a lot of space, considering this is only my second video. But anyway, the thing we do is we just initially go into the squad and see what we're working with, and there is quite a few young players. So the thing I decide to do is just go and put them up for loan to see if I can loan them off, because I'm probably not going to be using them to begin with, because we do bring in a few youth players. And this is what I do at the start of every single career mode. And the thing that I should have actually done is get rid of some of the older players as well, but unfortunately I did have to keep them because I never thought of that at the time. But everybody basically 21 and under gets loaned off, because there's quite a few quality players in Newcastle, because there's Bayern Cisse up top obviously, and there's Ben Arfa for example. But the thing, obviously, as we're doing, I really should have sped this part up because it's not really interesting. We just put all the young players up, but we do make 4 signings altogether in summer, but I think only 2 of them are actually in this episode, and they are quality players. One of them I haven't actually tried before, but I got recommended, and the other one I use in my Spurs career mode, which is just something I do myself, and it actually goes up quite well. So if we go into the next clip, it is finding the players. This is going to be a really, really useless commentary anyway, but we'll go and try and sign Moritz Leitner for 4.5 million. And I'm going to give away a spoiler, we don't actually get him for that. Well, it's 5.5 million, should I say. But the next player is James Forrest. We put in a 3.4, possibly no, a 4.4 million bid in for him. But he is a really quality player. He can play striker as well, and he's got a lot of potential. And they just come back and say they just do not, the transfer offers are unacceptable, so we have to put them up higher. And Fiorentina come in to try and buy Cisse, and I really should have actually accepted it, because I stalled it a bit too much, and they decided just to pull out of the offer, because I'm not actually going to be using him anytime soon. But the thing we do is we just raise the prices for Forrest and Leitner, and we do actually eventually get them. But here we have the transfer offer from Cisco, and we do sell him to Real Zaragoza, because he's 26, 69 rated striker, never going to use him. But see, I stall for Fiorentina and it just does not go my way. But anyway, we get James Forrest and Moritz Leitner, so we just decide to give them what they want, basically. The 4 years and the £10,000 salary for James Forrest. He's 73 rated, but he's actually already went up. And for Leitner, he just wants exactly the same, basically. But what I was going to say is that how there's the squad reports at the start of each month, I'm going to show them every single time, so just so you can see as the team progresses. And Bigirimana, or however you pronounce that, I really should try and learn that name, but we loan him off to Sheffield Wednesday, I think that was. But we get James Forrest, so he's in the squad now, and Moritz Leitner doesn't really want to relocate ideally. But the thing to get around that, if they do say that, the thing you do is you just put up the bonus per goal like 99% of the time, and they should want to come. So he's 74 rated and he's 19, so hopefully he could be the new Mario Götze, who we might actually try to bring in eventually. But we accept Moritz Leitner, so that's us got our 2 first signings of the season. So we just go on to sort out the team for the first friendly. I cannot remember who that is against. I'm pretty sure it's Lazio though. Yeah, I think it is Lazio. And the thing I'm just gonna do with the 3 friendly matches each season is I'm just going to simulate them, because there's no point on playing them because they do not matter as much as the league games, for example. And I'm just going to put 3 games per episode, and between those 3 games, just all the stuff that's happening. If there's any transfers, if there's any things that my players are wanting, if they're wanting a contract raise, or anything along those lines. But I did make a mistake editing this. I really should have sped this up because it isn't really interesting at all. But I think it was Inman and Anita wanted to play, so I decided to put them on. But TOA is a quality player, and he actually, I can't remember who tried to sign him. I think it was Valencia at one point, but don't quote me on that. It might be in this episode or the next. I edited this like at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm recording it at like 4 o'clock, like the commentary at like 4 o'clock. But we'll try and buy Kurt Zuma, because we just put a 3 million bid in for him, because just thinking we might be able to get him, because he's 17. Calfreezy spoke about him. But anyway, we'll go into the simulated game against Lazio. They've got a really strong side, but in the 15th minute, Taylor picks up a yellow card, and Lulic scores for Lazio. But eventually, I'm pretty sure it's Cabaye or Cabai. I think it's Cabaye, but I'm just going to say Cabaye. He comes on and is a super sub and scores for us, but unfortunately Hernandez for them is their super sub and puts them 2-1 up. And that is how the game ends. When I simulate the friendly matches, there seems to be a lot of yellow cards for Newcastle for some reason. But anyway, they're a really good side in FIFA anyway, but in real life they're just a weak club from the northeast. And I am a United fan, if you are wondering. So for the second game, I am sure we play a Liga Adelante side. Just a minute. There's a bit of fluff on my face, that's wrong. But anyway, we decide to go into this match, and it's against Celta Vigo. I just did not know how. But anyway, we go into that match, and Colagini picks up a yellow card, and Celta Vigo scores first with Alex Lopez, but we do equalise with someone. With Caballé. There we go. Yes, I really should have wrote down some notes for this. I just decided to do this quickly. But the next episode should be better because it should be a bit shorter. But that is how the game ends. Dembaba gets sent off within 4 minutes of each tackle, but that doesn't really account for much. But unfortunately, our main keeper, Tim Krul, is injured. So that completely messes up what I was planning to do with keeping Tim Krul and sending another player. But we do end up playing Harper, and he is very old for a goalkeeper, in my opinion. I don't want to keep him. I do end up buying a new keeper, and you will see who he is in the next episode. But anyway, Dembaba opens up the scoring against FC Sochaux, is how I think we pronounce it. But Ben Arfa scores our second, and one of their player gets injured, so that's a bit unfortunate for them in the League 1. But Ben Arfa scores his second, and we win 3-0 in the third friendly. So it was a very good win for us, but it is just in a friendly, so it doesn't really account for much. But as we go into the squad report, Steve Harper has already gone down by 1, and I'm not going to bother reading them out because you can just see them yourself. But anyway, I think actually Gabriel Obertan was 5-star skills at one point in FIFA 11, but don't quote me on that. I never had FIFA 11. I've just been watching some FIFA 11 videos for some reason. I just find them enjoyable. But the thing that goes on is we just try to buy keepers, just keepers galore. We try to sign Sergio Romero for 2.4 million, but I do go for Serie A keepers for some reason, but considerably we do put in a offer for him, and he is coming to the end of his contract, I think, but unfortunately we just get completely rejected. Yeah, Valencia put in a bid for Czech Tiote, but we decide to keep him because he is a really strong defensive mid. He's really good in Ultimate Team as well, but Atalanta and that other team, I can never pronounce that for some reason, but they say the transfer offers are unacceptable. But we decide to put in another one for Consigli because he actually looks quite good. We get a transfer offer for Abide from Watford, and we decide to stick him on loan. He's only 20, a centre midfielder. He does actually look quite good, so I might use him next season. But we eventually decide to put in a contract offer for Consigli, and it does look like we will be getting him. But the contract offer is declined, but we get a offer for Curtis Good for Carlisle United. We decide to send him on loan. He's actually looks quite good as well for a 19-year-old. But I actually might use him eventually as well. But he doesn't want to join Newcastle. He wants to stay in Italy. But anyway, he is young, so I don't blame him. And he is a top player at their club. But we do try and sign the keeper that is better than Casillas, apparently, according to Jose Mourinho. But we get a transfer offer for Jonas Gutierrez from West Ham, and we decide to put a counter offer for 5.4 million, I believe, or actually no, it was, I did put it for 5.4 million, but they said just stick 4.4 million in. I cut out the bit before. But anyway, we decide to raise the price for Adan because Real Madrid are obviously wanting more. But it's coming to the end of the episode, so thank you for watching, guys. Please rate this video and comment if you haven't already. So see you next time.